We're going to look at the midpoint of a segment in a complex plane. So we're going to be given two complex numbers, and then we're just going to basically find the midpoint. And we're going to find it two different ways. We're going to find it by using the midpoint formula, and then we're going to find it by using the average. So the 2 points given, and let me make sure I pick good colors here so that we can see them on the graph and on the black background, is going to be 3 plus 4i. So each block represents a 1 by 1. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and up for a 1, 2, 3, 4. Second point is going to be 6 minus 2i. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, so I'm picking a color now that I know what to show up, but is not too close to the colors I've already had. And we're going to find the midpoint between those badly connected line segments. So I'm going to use the midpoint formula in this case. And the midpoint formula is just a traditional formula where you have some point x1 and y1. And you have a second point x2, y2. And you basically take x1, add it to x2, divide it by 2 to get the first part of the point, and y1 plus y2, divide it by 2 to get the second part of that point. And in our case, this is going to be the real, and this piece is going to be the imaginary. Alright, so we're going to take 3 plus 4, no, 3 plus 6, divide that by 2, comma, 4 plus negative 2, divided by 2. And here we'll get 9/2, and 2, that's 2 over 2, which is 1. Okay, graphically it's kind of hard to do 9/2, so I'm going to change this into a decimal. Decimals are not precise, but for graph visualization, they're a little bit easier to work with. And therefore, we're looking at the midpoint at 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.5, and 1. So this is the midpoint. Right, and the equation, or sorry, the number that goes with the midpoint, not the equation, the number that goes with the midpoint is 9/2 plus I, or 4.5 plus I. So the second way we could look at this, the second way we could look at the midpoint is by taking the average. We're going to hide that graph for a second. So I'm looking at 3 plus 4i, and the second point is 6 minus 2i. Take the average of those two, we have 3 plus 4i plus 6 minus 2i. I'm going to group my real and group my imaginaries, and this is divided by 2 because there's two values. So this is going to be 3 plus 6 plus 4 minus 2i divided by 2. All I'm doing is combining the coefficients. Okay, so now what I'm looking at is 9 plus 2i divided by 2. And if you look at these two, again, you're dividing each term by 2. So this is 9/2 plus 2i over 2, or 4.5 plus I. All right. So from this we get the point 4.5 for the real, 1 for the imaginary, and you can find the midpoint of any segment in a complex plane by finding the average of the complex number, or you could do it by using the midpoint formula. All right, guys, so you're going to notice the similarities between the midpoint formula and this point, because the midpoint formula is, again, the average. You're taking the average between the x's and the y's, your rises and your runs. Alright, so there you go. If you have any questions, always feel free to ask, and I will catch you in the next video.